A bit. How did you get into this? It's a moss. Welcome back, everybody. It definitely doesn't feel like fall out here. It feels a little like June or something. Kelley Anderson, thanks for joining us, local artist.
Thank you for having me.
We are talking decorations. I had all intentions of decorating, putting up the tree this weekend, getting a wreath. It did not happen, so thank goodness you're here today.
We're going to make one today.
Yes, you own Art Botanica. And we are talking about moss. And I'm from the South, and Glenn is too. We were thinking the boring gray kind of moss that you're going to be working with today, but you say this is different.
This is a little bit different. We have a couple different kinds of moss, moon moss and sheet moss. They're mostly from the Pacific Northwest, and they've been preserved. So they're like in a suspended state, so they're green and soft, and they stay like that
beautiful.
forever.
We'll stick with that in a bit. How did you get into this? It's moss art?
Yeah. So about 5 or 6 years ago, I was going through a very pivotal point in my life, and I always knew that connecting with nature was like therapy for me. So I came across preserved moss, and I started using it as a material for things that I made, just like for around my home. And from there it grew. I started an Etsy shop, then a Shopify store, started to get a bunch of residential, commercial, and retail projects, and now my stuff is all over the country, like Sage Wellness, fresh vegan restaurants. It's all over the place.
Well, congratulations. So let's start with a wreath. They're always so great on the door, and this is a pretty sturdy base.
Yes, so this is a grapevine wreath. All the materials you see here today can be found at your local craft store, so super easy. You can get one of these, get some preserved moss, and we're just gonna, super easy, just use hot glue. So you're gonna obviously be super careful not to burn yourself.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm
I know
sure.
you said you're not a fan of the hot glue.
Not that I'm not a fan,
I just gloves.
Scares me.
And then we're just gonna fix it onto the moss, and you're gonna go around the whole entire wreath until it's covered. So, I mean, it's super simple.
Where do you get the moss from?
So there are several places on Etsy, local moss farms that sell it. It's also available at Michael's. So it's actually something you can get a bunch of places right now.
And then when your wreath is done and the holidays are done, you say turn it into a chandelier.
Yes. So we can turn this upside down and hang it over the dining room table, suspend it, and that makes a super cool conversational piece for your holiday meal.
And then, but you're hanging something different here. What are these?
So we just took the moss-based wreath, and we just took cedar, which actually I clipped off a tree outside, and we just, again, hot glue and kind of stick it in. The grapevine wreath holds it, and you just stick the ends in, and then it'll hang down naturally, and you suspend it with some ribbon or some twine.
Just doing something different. I love the smell of the cedar.
It does smell
awesome.
good.
What else do you have going on?
All right, so if we come down here.
Is this just a different decoration of a wreath?
This is just a different, different
style.
Wreath. This is reindeer moss, so that's another different moss that you can use. There's just obviously.
Who knew there were so many different moss?
So many.
I love it.
So many.
And now we're gonna make a Christmas tree.
Yeah, so this is very simple. You just get different styrofoam trees. We're gonna go ahead and again, hot glue the moss right onto the styrofoam, like so. And you're gonna continue covering the whole entire tree.
It sticks pretty fast, huh?
It does.
Whew.
Yep. So, and you can just break off the pieces until that is entirely covered.
And then it begins looking like this.
Absolutely.
Now, what is this, like something for a centerpiece for a dinner or something?
Yeah, so this is a centerpiece for the table. And we've created a tablescape here that's out of, moss is the base. So obviously moss brings a lot of that green holiday decor in. And you can decorate it. I mean, I just repurposed these faux flowers that I had from previous years. These tree rounds are really excellent because they also serve as great places to put your hot plates.
Where do you get the tree rounds?
I got these at Michael's as well.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
These are cool. I've never seen those before.
So then when you're ready to serve your deal, you just take your Christmas trees off. You can put your ham right on there, and you're good to go.
You know what I like, that this is live, right? So as opposed to being artificial for the table.
Yes, this is real, 100% real moss. And it smells great, and it looks great.
Well, great ideas. Kelley Anderson, thank you for being here. Local artist, all your stuff's all over the place. We're going to tell you the information, how you can get in touch with Kelley. It's all there on your screen. Decorating for the holidays. You've got your website, and you said you also sell on Etsy, right?
Absolutely, Etsy and on my website.
I might have to take hot gun lessons from you at some point. All right. Casey Montoya.